Hello. It's been a hot minute, hasn't it? Anyways, I used to do these little things called walk and talk, where I would give my perspective and philosophical view on what's going on in this world. And I haven't done one in a really long time. And there's actually a reason for that. A lot of what I was saying was relevant at the time, but it's no longer relevant, and things are shifting so fast on this planet that the beliefs that I once held even a month ago are just shattered and being broken. And it's just a constant change and the evolution of evolution. And it's becoming very, very apparent that we're going through a massive awakening on this planet. And it's going to play out differently for each person. It really depends at, where they're at in their process. It depends on how many limited belief structures they have. It depends on how much healing that remains or how much healing they've done. And it depends really depends on why they came here. So it's not even coming from a place of judgment, because a lot of times we talk about different levels of consciousness and being higher or lower. And yes, there's a truth to that. There's relevance in everything, but no matter where somebody's at, it's where they're supposed to be. It doesn't mean that they can't improve, because everybody has a higher self. And what a higher self is the highest version of you. And some of them are connected to their higher self. Some of them are in union with their higher self. And some of them just are completely disconnected. And they came here to basically learn, grow, but this is just such an awesome time to be on this planet. It really is, because there's just so much change and so much changing so fast. Like, spiritually speaking, if you're a spiritual person, this is badass. This is a badass time to be on the planet. And it depends where you're at, how you're going to see it, what perspective you're going to see it from. Because a lot of people just see the pain, the suffering, the war, this horrible president that people talk about, the chemtrails, the suffering going on. Those things are all happening. They're happening. But if you see it from a higher perspective and why they are happening, once you can get past your own personal triggers and pain, why these things set you off, why you can't see the relevance. Oh, ants are crawling all over me. I wanted to connect to the earth. There's relevance in everything, and there's a purpose for everything. And when you see the higher perspective, it all starts making sense, and it's all connected, and it all is supposed to be happening. But there's good news, all of that does not have to exist, and it will come to a point where it won't exist anymore, hopefully. Well, it isn't for some people, and that's the thing. So, I wanted to talk about one other thing. I brought up the other day, I was telling people, tarot cards and psychic readings and going outside of yourself instead of connecting to yourself is very fourth dimensional and astral in nature, and it's just not helpful. Well, it is helpful for some people for where they're at that time. But I wrote that because there's people that are on my Facebook that are going through this transition or this bridge from this dimension to a higher frequency. And people call it 3D, 4D, 5D. 3D is this physical realm that we're in right now. If you're in 3D, you're full of fear. Everything is about materialism. You basically see this is how it is. You basically feel a victim to everything that happens, and you don't feel that you are the creator of what's going on. You see the material as something solid instead of fluid. That's 3D. 4D is a little bit lighter. It's the astral planes, and this is where most of the spiritual community is in. I call it the 4D purgatory loop. But 4D is a little bit lighter. There's still duality. It's a great place for people to learn. There's a lot of contrast there, a lot of learning and growing, and it's the bridge to go to 5D, and a lot of people are stuck in this 4D, and they're depending on card readings and videos of other people and all these other things. They're just constantly seeking outside of themselves for something that they need to validate within. When you go within, it's all there for you. You know, that God spark is within you, that pure divinity is within you, and it will, you know, flow through you fluidly when you let go of the 4D and hop on the 5D timeline. 5D is much different. It's very light. I'm not there all the time, but I have moments of it. I wish I could be there all the time, but you know, I'm still letting go of limited belief structures and doing some healing, because you know, we have been programmed in this world, and with limited belief structures it just doesn't work. And the reason why it doesn't work, and you know, these tools will no longer work in 5D, is because you instantly manifest in 5D. And if you're holding on to the old construct and you're in fear-based belief, looking outside of yourself to get what you need within, you're going to start manifesting not so great things, unproductive chaos in your life. You cannot be a manifester when you are holding on to that stuff, because you're seeking it outside of yourself. So I kind of wanted to explain that, because I really upset a lot of people. And you know what? If you're there, use those things, but you have to realize that if you want to step up to the next level of consciousness, those things do need to go. They are not of use anymore. They just don't work in 5D. So I hope this video is helpful. I gotta get up because the ants the ants are getting me. So, and I gotta go for my walk anyways. But it's gonna be a beautiful day here. It's gonna be about 95 degrees. So I'm out nice and early taking my walk. And get out in the sun, guys. Get off the computer. All right, get off the computer, get off the digital devices. These things are very addicting. They disconnect you from what you need to connect with. Get out in nature, connect with nature. Look at how nature just flows and goes, and there's no expectations, perceptions. It just lives and flourishes. You need to connect with that and actually ground yourself as well. Come out here to ground yourself, because a lot of us are up in the stars because we're in between 3D and 5D, and you really need to ground yourself a little bit. Not that technology is horrible. It connects us, and it's been a very pivotal part of this whole awakening process, because people are more connected to information than what they used to be. So just balance it out, get outside and connect with people, connect with your neighbor, connect with your community, and become a balanced human on this planet, so that you can be a conduit for others to do the same, and we can expand and evolve past this primal state that a lot of us on this planet are stuck in. All right, guys, have an awesome day, an awesome week. Much love to you all. Bye.